Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am back with another project. And again, hopefully the video will be short, but I do like my long videos. I like to gab with you guys. So, and here again, I'm using the papers that came from when I'm attempting to, and I say attempting loosely, to do an altered book, because you do tear a lot of the pages out. So again, what I do, I get this stack, I've got like 3 stacks of these, because I just take the page, this is the page that I'm tearing out. I'm good with that rough edge. I just fold it in half, and then I come up about 2.5 inches for this one. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a pocket. So really, I have a pocket here, I have a pocket here, and I have a pocket in between. And depending upon how I put this in, if I just put glue around this side here, I've got a pocket back here. So I have the potential, because I can put a pocket in between the pages that are folded here. And then I can have one here. And then I can have one here in between those pages, and then I can have one in the back. So again, they stay flat. I mean, there's not room for expansion, but it's a good way for me to get into my scraps. But of course, I do have to find other prints and so forth to find. So this is what we're going to make, and this is a collage that I created. Very simple. These are great for mass production. Now, what these are here, these are pages I get, there's a magazine that I get, paper crafting or card making, I forget which one it is, but they always have, every once in a while, these books of paper, or the centers are just papers that you can use. I love saving those, and that's what I did with this one, because they were just vintage roses, and I thought they were perfect, and they had all kinds of different colors. So I've already cut them down to a size that I needed, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So this is the piece that I need, because if I take this and put this here, and then when I lay this down and then fold this up, that's what I'm going to get. And you can see my purpose is to cover the words. So I'm using this as a base. When it comes to the book, I'm very, very cautious. I don't want somebody, if I use a book page, to see inappropriate words. It would just freak me out. So I just make sure that I love these for the base, but I just want to cover this up. So it kind of is twofold. One, it handles my OCD of making sure those words are covered up, because I don't want bad words, inappropriate words to show, but I get to collage, and I love to collage. So some of the items that I'm going to be using today are these wonderful digital prints. Now these are they're ribbons or lace ribbons that Molly's Mantle, and again, I'll have this linked below. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful to just cut out and put on your piece. This is a piece of green ribbon. These are all vintage ribbons. You can see, because I cut off the little tiny piece there. You have this design here. I mean, look at that one. That one's gorgeous. These are all, they're all just beautiful. Just to cut. And then you have this set here. I have ink all throughout my fingers. Oh my goodness, how rude. And then you have these, just the beautiful pinks and the roses going down that. I mean, you can cut this different ways. And then you have this, and then you have that real pretty pink. And then you have these, there's that green ribbon, and then this piece of lace and some daisies, and then this really nice big piece of ribbon. or lace that would be great when you cut it out. You've got this center line that you can fold over literally on a piece of paper, so that is great. So these are just a few of the things that I'm going to be using to accent so that I can collage. So I'm going to set these aside. I did print it out just a couple times to make sure I had enough. And then I cannot resist Tailor-Made Journals. She has some wonderful sets. This one here is one of her lace sets. So you can see all of the different prints are going to be lace prints. There's so many in her collections in her shop that I know I'll definitely be going back. She's got one for wallpapers. Oh, it's to die for. But you can see all of these beautiful prints. And then they're just great to collage. And I'm making a mess here. There we go. To collage with, because I'm going to get pieces from them. So I'll still have that texture from the pages. Now again, whenever I print down a download, I am printing this on just general everyday copy paper. And it's like $4 a ream. At my local office supply. I usually get like a box of 3 or 5 reams in a box, and it comes out to be $4 US per ream. So this is about 20 pounds or 23 pounds. I think it's 20 pounds actually. And I just print them on my printer. I have a regular inkjet. It's an HP 8720. I love this one. And that's what I use to print. I very rarely print my digital downloads down on photo paper. I like the look that it goes on the copy paper. The only other paper that I will use to print down on, and it depends upon the piece that I'm printing, and that's literally on vellum. Yes, that frosted paper. I will print on that to have a see-through look to it. It does some beautiful things when it comes to collaging, or if you're creating a piece of ephemera with an open window, you can see both sides. Okay, and you can see I keep all of my scraps. Okay, so let's get started on this. So we want our piece. I'm going to create the crease, just so I know, and I'm going to keep it like this. Now I'm going to be inking as we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some pieces. So I'm actually going to cut this one. Now when it comes to these trims, these would be great washi tapes as well. I'm not tearing these. I want these to have somewhat of a straight edge. And I say somewhat because I can't cut a straight edge. So I'm going to have that go there. And I really want, there's that one. Well, let's go into this one. Well, I like this edge here. That edge will be really pretty. So I'm just going to tear. I'm just coming down the edge. Get that top edge off. And I want that to peek out. So I want that over there, and I'm going to put that there. And then I want to pull in some coffee dyed papers. Just to add, and it could be coffee dyed papers, it could be book pages, you know, whatever it is you would want to see. But I'm going to put that there. Now I think there we go. Okay, so I want that like that, and then I'm going to have that there, and then I'm going to have that come out. So it's almost going to look like this one. I really like the way that looks, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to lay these down, knock those over again. And I'm going to rip up. And I'm also going to do that to that one. And then this one I'm going to pull down because I do want that to go all the way up to the top. I'm going to pull my coffee dyed up so I don't tear that again. Alright, and now we are going to ink and remove this white edge. So again, I'm just going to put my ruler down and tear up along that. I do so much better with that. I cannot, well, you guys have seen if you've watched my videos previously, it's hysterical when I try to use my tear ruler. I can't do it. Alright, so of course we're going to ink. And I'm going to ink these. And this I'm going to ink around as well. On both sides, because this isn't going up to the edge. And I am going to ink around this as well. I think inking around it, it does help to define it. Make it stand out. Alright, so let's get my book and my glue stick. And we'll start getting things attached. Which way do I want to go? I want to go that way. Alright, we're going to put this one on the bottom. And then we'll get this one set in place next. Again, this is the only piece that I like to have straight. And then we're going to get this piece in next. And I want that one to come out just a little bit. And then we're going to get this piece on. And that's going to come right down on the edge. And we'll trim that, because I'll use this base as my line to cut. And we'll just cut along that edge. And now everything's sticking to my fingers, yay. And then that is our piece. And it's actually going to sit this way. So I'm going to bend that. I'm going to grab my book page here. I keep this flat. I don't tear this edge. You can, but I do like that these here are torn just a little bit. And I'm just going to set this in here. I'm going to center it. And I'm going to fold up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sewing machine. And I'm just going to sew down on each side. I'm not going to go across the bottom. I'm just going to go down on each side. So we'll be right back. We are back. So again, I only sew from here to here and here to here. I am not worried that this side is opened because it would take something really small for that to fall out. So just by having that, it just lets it be closed. So now I'm going to come in with my vintage photo again. I'm going to go along the top. I'm going to come down. And I'm going to do the back. Now you could just do the front as well. Because again, if you glue this to something, you know, you're not going to see the back. So, you know, you don't have to do all of that work. I just like to be prepared because I don't know what I may do with these. I'm going to put, let's see here, going to put a piece of cardstock right there, and I'm just going to fluff this out. Because of course I forgot to, there we go. And then I can put it in the layer in between if I wanted that to be just a little bit darker, just coming in on that edge. And there you go. So I may decide to clip this onto a book page within the journal. So then I would want this finished. It could just be paper clipped in. You know, I could put a paper clip right there, and then this could be a pocket that's coming off of the page. So these are really versatile. You can either, let's say if this is one of my pages, you know, I could either glue it down here if I want, or I can clip it here if I want, and then I've got a side pocket here, or I can clip it in this way, and I've got a pocket going this way. I could even clip it to the side here, so it doesn't have to be glued. So by doing the back side, it gives me that flexibility, just to be prepared on what I would want to do with these, which is great. That's the beauty of paper, right? So again, just another way to use your book pages if you're like me, which hope you're not. I'm just saying, I get very concerned over the writing that's on these, and I don't want to, you know, have any words that are just so inappropriate for anybody to, you know, to read. I want my journals to be good for all. When it comes to the ability to look at these. Okay, so enough of that. So I hope I gave you yet another idea of what we could do. Again, these are great for mass production. You can see that just like with my tags, I am getting ready to mass produce these so that I can fill them up in my ephemera box and just grab them as I need them. I do hope you'll give it a try. As always, the digital downloads that I used from, excuse me, from Tailor Made Journals, and also Molly's Mantle, they will definitely be linked down below. So if you want to check out their shops, they have some beautiful other images available as well. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well also, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Continue to enjoy your day. I hope you are having some great weather. I hope you are continuing to stay safe and healthy, as we all should, by all means. But most of all, and what is really helping me, is always, guys, always be creative in any way. Take care. Until next time.